Hey guys, how's it going? So today, here at Pearson Guitars, wow, you can hear this guitar ringing just from me making sounds. So today we've got this Ramirez classical guitar. I've actually got to keep my hand on the strings. Today we've got this Ramirez classical guitar here for a setup and just doing the intonation again, because there's a few spots where the intonation is not great. So today I'm going to walk you guys through the process. Cool. So first of all, let's talk about the action. The strings on here are really high. The action is at about 5 mils on both sides at the moment. I want to bring it down to about 3.5 on the low side and about 3 on the high side. For experienced players, high action is a good thing. It allows the guitar to just voice more clearly, and there's a couple of other advantages. So I'm going to loosen the strings, take the saddle off, take a little off the bottom of the saddle, and see where the intonation is when I get the action where I want it. Cool, so let's start loosening the strings. Cool, now that the strings are properly loose, the saddle should just slide right out. Not slide like it's gonna fall off. I mean, on a well-built classical guitar, you'll have to push it. So I'm just gonna gently start pushing it. There we go. So I've got the saddle most of the way out now. It is a little bit of a wiggle, especially when this slot is pretty much almost the exact size of the actual saddle. So kind of just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Don't rush. Don't use any crazy tools to try and do this. You'll probably hurt the guitar. Literally just take it nice and easy, just wiggling it out, and eventually it'll come along. There we go. Cool, now I've got it out. So what I'm going to be doing, I measured the action earlier, and I know exactly how many millimeters I want to take off of it. So I'm just going to keep measuring as I take material off. I'm going to be using this from StewMac. It's a really nice file for just taking the bottoms off of saddles, especially in a vise or something like that. So I will be back with you guys in a second once I file this down. So we're back, and I've filed a little bit away from the bottom of the saddle. So now I'm going to put the saddle back, and then we will start tuning up and see where we're at. Cool, so strings back on. Let's see where the action is. Cool. Still a bit high, but that's good. So I can still take just a little more off. But I want to also see what's happening with the intonation. Cool. So I've got good intonation on every string except the G. So I'm thinking that I'm going to have to do some filing on the saddle just to get the intonation better on the G, but the action still needs to come down, so that's fine. Cool. I'm going to take the saddle out again. I'll be back with you guys in a moment. And we're back again. Cool. Putting the saddle back. It is a tight fit, which is good. But I still suspect that I'm going to have to file away a little bit for the G to intonate. So I'm going to tune it up again. See you guys in a second. So there we go. I'm very happy with where the action is at, so I'm going to check the intonation again and then probably do some filing on the saddle. So it is just the G, so I'm going to take the saddle off again. Wow, this guitar is super resonant. Like every time I speak, the strings are starting to vibrate. That's a lot of fun. So the G is really sharp, so I need to just file away at the saddle just a bit for the G. So cool. Loosening strings, taking off the saddle again. Cool, so here we go. I'm going to come in with a couple of different shaped files, and I'm going to just get the G string to seat a little further back on the saddle because the intonation of the G is just not correct. Cool, so now I'm going to check the intonation in the upright playing position. The gravity can sometimes do small things to the neck, so this one I just want to be absolutely sure. Cool, so now the intonation is, wow, it's freaking close. I've taken it as far back on the saddle as I could, and it's probably about maybe 2 cents out on the G. That's extremely good for a classical guitar. I'm extremely happy with that. Yeah, so I'm happy with the action, happy with the intonation. Now I'm just gonna wipe all my fingerprints off of here, and then that's pretty much it. I've already checked the nut height, and I'm very happy with the nut height, so I don't need to file the strings down on this side anymore. I've checked the neck relief. Even though this doesn't have a truss rod, it needs a specific neck relief, and if it doesn't have that, there are certain things that you can do to force the neck into a position, but the neck is good. The action is now really good, so I'm going to call it a day with this one. that's that. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you next time. If you like the video, please subscribe, comment. If there's any questions that you have, great stuff. Have a great weekend, guys. Cheers.